Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. My name's Silent Night, and welcome to another edition of Trick and Treat Tuesday. In fact, the last edition. It is the end of October. It's October 27th, and me, my spider, pumpkin, this thing, and my luxurious hair are here to vibe with y'all one last time, yo. So, I'd like to welcome you. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who's donated and everybody who's tuned in and everybody who's watched and shared so far. And I'm going to need y'all to do that and turn that up to like a million right now, right here today. All right. So you see the Venmo and the website scrolling below. That's all about Elijah's Promise because that's what we're doing this for. It is part of the Hub City Music Festival. The pandemic tried to shut us down. We could not do an April full month in person, but instead we did all of September and all of October live streaming with you all. We're able to include people not just from New Brunswick, not just from Middlesex County, but not just from New York and from the tri-state area, but from the whole globe. All around the world, people were able to perform, people were able to tune in, just like you are right now. So I want to say a big, huge shout out to my team, my peoples, Derek Braxton, DRKBXT, holding it down, curating months and months and months since April till now. And as well as, of course, Sarah holding it down right now, producing, engineering behind the scenes at this very moment, making all this stuff happen that you see on the screen. And of course, a big shout out and thank you to Tracy for everything that you do. Thank you, Tracy. We appreciate you. We love you. And a big shout out, of course, to you and 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 you, everybody watching right now. Thank you. Thank you. You're appreciated. And a big shout out to Elijah's Promise, because as I said, for September, October, we are raising this money for Elijah's Promise. They do amazing things for the community. They feed the people. They feed the community. They feed the hungry. You know, what more is there to say? So they need help. They are open 365 days a year, 366 on the leap year, and never missed a day, never miss a meal. So they really do an amazing job. Give to them right now. It's so easy. If you got Venmo, just right there on your phone, give $1, 5, 10, 20, 100, whatever you want to give, whatever you're able to give right now, right through that Venmo. And if you don't want to give through Venmo or don't have Venmo, go to Elijah'sPromise.org. You see it scrolling right there. Once again, my name is Silent Night. Silent Night is busy. That's my Instagram handle. Follow me on there for updates and for a lot of exciting things to come. You know, me and Derek been talking about a bunch of things. Me and the crew been talking about a bunch of things. There's a lot of exciting things to come. And thank you again for watching. I'm going to say everybody that's in the chat right now, I'm about to join y'all soon. But I don't know if this is much of a costume, but let me know. You let me know what is my costume or part of my costume. Let me know what I'm supposed to be, okay? Besides reminiscing and longing for the days when I had hair. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, so, all right. I'm excited for this performance coming up right now. And when we come back from that performance, we're going to have a dope conversation, Q&A. Everybody in the chat right now, I'm going to join y'all, like I said, in a minute. So happy fall, happy October, happy early Halloween. Let me know how you're celebrating. And without further ado, let's get into this set by one of the amazing performers that we've had on here already so far once or twice, but also just somebody who is talented, positive, an influence to me and a mentor to me in certain ways, honestly, and somebody who I've looked up to and who I've listened to throughout my career, even before my career really started as an MC, as a hip hop artist, listening to Science is a Life, listening to Lil Psy. And that's who this guest is right now, formerly known as Lil Psy, representing Science of Life, representing so many things that we're going to get into. Let's feed off of this. Let's absorb this energy, y'all. And everybody give it up for John Robinson.
Yo, let me hear you say J to the R. Say J to the R. Say J to the R. Yo, John Robinson flows, I got a lot of them. J to the R. Say J to the R. Say J to the R. Yo. It's the present rock, custom made till a designer, prestigious type. We love your elegant rhymes, son. We never leave your minds in the blood. We got a G, thanks, which style that you prefer? Hot damn, that's what they say, like soul brother. Hold up, serving with bread, he's so. He flip forces more free than no cover. He touched the hearts of the people like no other. Travel at terrific speed, swifter than the centipede. Does he give them what they need? No question, kid. True indeed, known to turn the party out. Collar flip, plenty clout. Go pull your money out, he richer than the Guinness style. Extreme sports, the way slang this gift. But swinging tennis courts like a look high sport tip. Presence more refreshing than a cocktail sip. Terminally ill with flows, no, you're not that sick, yo. Come on, stop it. Vocal tones exotic. King of money talk, calling the prophet of prophets. Pothole the moment, you know he hold hotness. Speaking out of turn, did y'all feet put a sock in it. Plastic rappers in need of a facelift and etiquette 101 for social graces. The world traveler, there's so many places. High caliber, been on the rap for ages like J to the R. Say J to the R. Say J to the R. Yo, it's John Robinson flows. I got a lot of them. J to the R. Say J to the R. Say J to the R. Yo, it's John Robinson. What up, y'all? Y'all ready to get this started? All right. Let's get this started then. Live your life like it's your last day. Clear your mind of negative thoughts of the past days. It's pure bliss. Make a wish of your greatest passions, deepest desires. Through the wire burning within, you feel a fire. Kaya groove irie, supplier to Isley. Smoothed out candlelight romance. There's no chance to ever steal my joy. It's the real McCoy, no copycat. Fabricated daily, made a type of sloppy rap. I give thanks for the props and the props built. Since the days of Young Rock and the spot built, cap tilt. Reminisce on precious moments. True wealth is not dollar signs, it's what you know, kids. Stay focused. Yo.
In my lovely recreation, I recreate this creation. Let me tell you, this is all I need.
What you need?
Need a movie on my movie screen.
Listen up, y'all.
As I watch it play, listen to this little way. I hear a pretty tiny voice say, this is the last day of my life.
Life.
Enjoy the ride.
Right.
Last day of my life.
Life.
I'll enjoy the ride. Sweet dreams when I kiss the sky.
Who's your inspiration? Who's influential in your life? Have you reflected lately? Kiss your children and your wife, I write like Ellen Keys with a benevolent steez. Cherish the day like Sade, cause your love is king. Reconcile any crooked moments with your opponents. Thoughts of a yogi, it's never okie dokie. Praise the brave kids locked up in cages. We see you. Let's overthrow the government system that's see-through. Hands fold, eyes closed, meditation. It's the stillness, real levels of the elevation. Healing nations drop gems to the last days. And even after that, the soul, it never goes away. Last days of your life, who you gonna call? The best gift of all, get closer to the all in all. Last days of your life, who you gonna call? The best gift of all, get closer to the all in all. Peace.
In my lovely recreation,
Yup.
I recreate this creation.
Let's go.
Let me tell you, this is all I need.
It's all I need.
Need a movie on my movie screen.
Picture that, y'all.
As I watch it play, listen to this little way. I hear a pretty tiny voice.
What's it saying?
This is the last day of my life.
Life.
Enjoy the ride. Last day of my life.
Life.
I'll enjoy the ride. Last day of my life.
Life.
Enjoy the ride.
Ride.
Last day of my life.
Life.
I'll enjoy the ride. Sweet dreams gonna kiss the sky.
Shout outs to PVD on the track. Melinda Camille on the vocal tones. Salute. My name is John Robinson, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. Yeah. Peace to all the people tuned in. Let's go. Pain in the process of it all. Constant worry wherever fall, always stand tall. The message from the messenger, lessons in the extra stuff. Thoughts never spoken out loud, that might mess it up. That's why I clutch the mic so tight. Each episode, method and the story come together. Can't let it go. Way too much invested. Time is sweat equity. Hardest working wordsmith. Yo, they better mention me. But even if they don't, King, I still stand tall. Groundbreaking what we make it sound the alarm. We leaders of the now school. I know you're thinking how cool such ill chemistry come together to amount to. Epic textures led by sincere textures. JR in the building, building like Tetris. Foreverness, togetherness, jams by the plethora. Blast off satellite, low like cellular. Gotta keep going like etc. to measure up half of the greatness that's displayed in this area. Hysteria, something like coming to America. King goes to queen to find his queen and get the levels up. Word, boom, boom, tap. That's all you heard. Kick, snare, blended with words. Rising to the top like the best part. Such a blessing with expression, we finesse art. It's like boom, boom, tap. That's all you heard. Kick, snare, blended with words. Rising to the top like the best part. Such a blessing with expression, we finesse art. Yo, Mario Andretti and rap melodies with the gift. Ask what I thought about most cats, I plead the fifth. Mainstream industry, simplistic minimalist who sing chants of pure ridiculousness to make chips. I'm serious, no artistic value, too shallow. Plant seeds today, watch them grow tomorrow. 5 hours from Vanna Black, you're where the camera's at. We blast off World Wide Web, sneak attack. You didn't see us coming, stop fronting. This is monumental changes we done been through. Strengthen the credentials, build up the essentials to change your residential. Eventually, track the movement as we add on tremendously. To all else, bring in the real. When I say real, I mean artistic skill, point blank period. Thoughts complex like the science of the pyramids. The marathon continues, your life is a pilgrimage. Boom, boom, tap, all you heard. Kick, snare, blended with words. Rising to the top like the best part. Such a blessing with expression, we finesse art. It's like boom, boom, tap, that's all you heard. Kick, snare, blended with words. Rising to the top like the best part. Such a blessing with expressions, we finesse art. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, yes. How y'all feeling out there? Yeah, my people worldwide, rock on. My name is John Robinson. Big up to all other performers today. Rock on, yo. Yo. Peace to all the rappers who ain't made it yet. The game is like rolling dice, place your bet. We in this for the long haul, never store classic material. Blast through your stereo. Not only subliminal, top-notch material. Been at it for a minute, dude. We still spitting jewels, they be getting fool's gold. I be getting roots gold, straight from the motherland, feeling like a new soul. Explore with the feeling of greatness. Them belly full, but them hungry still. They gonna take this, blaze this, loud in your whip in crowded places. Everywhere we go, we rock. You can't mistake this, no. Them boys, they got enough soul. So cold with the flow that you feel it's gonna stow. From New York to Switzerland, yet we come to get it in. Sprinkling with flavor like cinnamon with the blend. Yo. When we perform, you know it's on. Say rock on, rock on, rock on. It won't be long till this is your song. When we perform, you know it's on. Say rock on, rock on. Yo, peace to all the rappers that made it big. Brand new said, don't let it go to your head. Today you could be swimming in riches. 5 years later, you in the back washing dishes. They used to be flossing, now they barely making it. Label just tossed them, left them straight naked, kid. That's why I keep it close, feet planted firmly, far away from mainstream. None of that concern me. Lights in the cameras, now we want action. Too close to the whole vibes, give them just a fraction. Tasking a lot of times, but we see it very clear. Eyes on the prize guard, taking flights everywhere. Rock every year, brand new material. Told y'all turn it up, make sure the people feeling you, hearing you through all the madness. We in the night like Gladys, crafted something classic, blasted. when we perform, you know it's on. Yo, say rock, rock on, rock, rock on, rock, rock on, rock, rock on. It won't be long till this is your song. When we perform, you know it's on. Yo, say rock, rock on, rock, rock on, rock, rock on, rock, rock on. Yo, say rock, rock on. Say rock, rock on. Say rock, rock on. Rock, rock on. Get this vibe going. Let's keep these vibes rolling. How y'all feel out there? I'm feeling good. Just vibe to the beat right quick. Peace to K Double on the track. I don't need a metaphor. Hip hop, hip hop. Hip hop alone. Come on, come on. This feeling you give, I so adore. Get live with it, live with it. Damn it, I love you. JR, no mask needed. Peace to metal face villain. Heavyweight lyric, thoroughbred spitting. No metaphoric comparison to show my love for you. Hip hop means the world to me, you know it's true. Costume, jewelry, and all since the 80s. Raised in the 70s when jazz had a baby. From Bird Miles and Train to Rock Kim, KRS and Kane. Feeling like the 60s all over again. A music revolution stemmed from a phenom. Right around the same time Pops came home from Nam. That's described as the calm right before the storm. And now it's on in many fashions, shapes, and form. Hip hop has taught me so much about life. How to maneuver in the land of the stars and stripes, and how to choose my wife. Hip hop has taken me around the world. Nah, man, this ain't no figure of speech. This is real. I shall fulfill my greatest intentions. Praises through the cool Herc and Bam, inspired by my latest invention. Peace to the pioneers I failed to mention. This ain't no rap song, it's JR venting. Pure expression. JR, Peter Hadar. I don't need a metaphor. Hip hop, hip hop. Hip hop alone. Come on, come on. This feeling you give, I so adore. Get live with it, live with it. Damn it, I love you. No mascot suits. It's the author who write rhymes and full times collect the ASCAP loot. Pass that boost. I don't need a representative for me to give thanks to hip hop's far from strenuous. He speaking sentences to audience abroad. Big numbers, small numbers, God, even the odd. John Robinson since father, I'm coolin' with Bob. Forget about it, dog. None of y'all are seeing the squad. Why? No pretending with no funny style emblems. Animal symbolic figures, this is sadity digging. This is way beyond infatuation. Hip hop is alive, escaping mad assassinations, ducking bullets, all sorts of altercations. Hip hop, I love you, all my heart, no mistaking. True story, yo. I tell it like it is. There's no need to disguise. I am lucky to lie. My ears on you. Welcome my demise. If it means a life without hearing you. Yo. Hip hop, you the love of my life. You feel the sound, y'all. Feel the sound, y'all. Yo, hip hop, you the love of my life. Just feel the sound, y'all. Just feel the sound. Go. I don't need a metaphor. Hip hop alone. This feeling you give, I so adore. Yeah. Damn it, I love you. Lewis Parker, what up? Yo, the beat sound like summer since the first time I heard of it. Cast me on the blog like damn, John Robinson murdered it. Built with Parker on the plan, we did the album click like Bland. Project Moon Circle, HHV, put it in your hands. We crossed borders, even flying over water with the mic in hand. I got your service, can I take the order please? Build the degrees, even seen her amaze the place. Always blessed, y'all, we blaze the place and raise the stakes. High like Dilla Dog above the heavens. See, I've been scripting up this literature since age 11. Wasn't until later that I realized I'm such a major blessing. To see the world round y'all in so many sections. My question is for real heads that love to hear him spit raw. So many pieces, but his releases is like a jigsaw puzzle. So we discuss with you something further. Coming to your country, brand new burners. International summer, they scratch their head wondering. We do his thing at somewhere in Wonderland. Place where I am king, supplying zing. Crazy long catalog and style I bring, design I read. Fiery approach, sun blazing. Moving on the global, all types of different occasions. Aiming for that global reach, pumping on your station. Action is in effect, it always stays in. International summers with international lovers. Worldwide champions, sound place no one above us. Robinson, Parker, whole lot of joints. What if you love the sound that we bring? Put them on. International summers with international lovers. Worldwide champions, sound place no one above us. Robinson, Parker, whole lot of songs. What if you love the sound that we bring? Put them up. We crossing borderlines with all sort of rhymes. Back with the illest soundscapes, groundbreak, foundation shake, navigate, go the right way. Can't fathom what he might say when my mind spray. So many languages and dialects abroad, where the mic be the shield and the tongue be the sword. Oh my Lord, it's the God. From the car to the plane, to the flight, to the train, to the car, to the hotel that I'm staying next day. Do the same thing again, man. Gotta see the world, it's all a part of the game plan. Yo, it's how it be's. 2010 overseas, JR, LP, massive stats and degrees in the league. Eurostar, UK to Paris. Sounds so plush that you swear we live in lavish. It's like a marriage, beats and verses by the surplus. Jews, no curses, schooled on purpose. Versus any force that stands in the way of this passport mission we've been planning away. Years, months, days, give thanks, praise. Prosperous movements everywhere we land is safe, yo. International summers with international lovers. Worldwide champions, sound place no one above us. Robinson, Parker, a whole lot of songs. What if you love the style that we bring? Put them up. International summers and international lovers. Worldwide champion, the sound place no one above us. Robinson, Parker, whole lot of songs. What if you love the sound that we bring? Put them up. Put them up. Yes, put them up. Big ups to Lewis Park on the track. It's from that International Summers. Yeah. Vibes. Vibes. Yup. International Summers.
It's not how I define it, it's what is. Look at America's history.
America's founded on racism. I didn't found America. I had nothing to do with it. It is what it is.
Get out.
Some people.
I don't know. I think it's like I think jazz is kind of like hip hop. I think jazz is.
Fire this with motivation. What can you fight against fire? When you wake up in the morning, you want to come on.
Everything that you do, everything that you wish to do, everything you dream, everything that you are, everything that you aspire to be, the people that you meet, all of that, that's never one thing, it's everything.
He said,
With all these obstacles and all the difficult things we
Mic check 1 2, yo, check it out 1 2, yo, check it out 1 2, yo. Peace to Soul Science Lab, peace to Aaron Meyer, yo, peace to the world. My name is John Robinson. Let's get this started, yo. Yo, cleverness for everness, elegance is presences, cooler than a sedative, do it big, let them live, once in a blue, so treasure this, he spit messages, thought patterns in rhyme form, never leave your mind torn, sworn to be dope by oath, quotables, the potent truth, giving you more, noble truth, the prophet of the illest topics, from here to the tropics, that nonsense, drop right on the spot, kid, we rock it, like Herbie Hancock did, the Machiavelli's born again, that's Tupac big, so give him props, obstacles we drop in. A lot of obstacles we hop, a lot might not live. Yo, this is not it. There's no beginning or no ending. The flagships with vanish, everything sounding splendid. Recommended, it's not what we intended. It's infinite intelligent, the mind is truly endless. Like each step of the way, we stay ready and willing. No limitations, nah, there's no success ceiling. Living from your ideas is such a blessed feeling. I was raised by queens, so I protect women. Each step of the way, we stay ready and willing. No limitations, nah, there's no success ceiling. Living from your ideas is such a blessed feeling. I was raised by queens, so I protect women. Tune in. John Robinson, music.com. Yo, it's been a long time since we had good times. Yo, say it, it's been a long time since we had good times. Yo, it's been a long time since we had, well, check it out. Yo, cataclysmic swings, disastrous things. Writing been exciting since school bell ring. He's in it for the art of it. Why pull your car quick? Some of the few who survived through era of the bling. He sings in raspy tones since then. Yup, he brings classic poems to bless them. Oh, feel it like touch, so clutch when he crunch time. Taking rappers out like lunchtime. One time for your mind, body, and soul. Don't lose control yet. Stop searching for the Millennium Falcon. This ain't Boba Fett. Hold up, is it over yet? Yo, it's John Rob. Go ahead, place your bet. Rockets' cake cassette. Analog, Amazon, cameras on us. The way we represent, make the culture sound plush. We thrust to new heights with genuine adrenaline. Limitless scripts, we penning them. It's him again. Back for the billionth time with brilliant rhymes and melodies that stay in your mind, so fine like wine. Crushed grapes, snuff cakes, count them, don't down them. Swoop down swiftly, the competition counting. They drink from the fountain of youth, built in the booth. Form up hip-hop, true foundation of roots. Oops, skips like stutter, yet still butter. That's why we keep rocking on, bless the skill wonder. Won't be another, this one one of a kind. Gripping mics like who wanted with rhyme. We give you much more. Long time, we don't have no nice time. Do you? Think about that. Long time, we don't have no nice time. Do you? Think about that. Yo, peace to Fondulum, peace to Subverse, Intergalactic Federation and Shaman work. I got a beat vision through iconoclast, multimedia blast with a worldly brass. Plants get watered around the planet, the pleasure principle like Janet. Can y'all handle it? Don't ask what the damage is, manuscripts plenty. Stop going up, gonna be a pretty penny. Live golden like Jilly, don't be silly. Beating off that GMO rapper, what a pity. It's really high stakes with these breaks, but we find them. Chopping up the beats in pieces and we climb them. Higher heights, only known to spit the Messiah type. So glow flow, a lot of rappers are driving mics. It's been a minute, yo, we still here, yo. It's been a minute, yo, I'm still here. Come on, long time. We don't have no nice time. Do you? Think about that. Yeah, long time. We don't have no nice time. Do you? Think about that. Word. Yes. Think about that. Think about that. Yeah. Yes. Respect. Yup. Respect. Yes. Respect. Yup. Vibes. This goes out to all the people tuned in worldwide. This for you. Yo, monarch of the dialogue, Grand Duke of the scripture, Prince of intense sentence, he paint pictures, respect, royalty, love, loyalty. Praise the wise woman bringing incense and oils to me, bless, passed down family background, highest global, so noble, refining this rap sound.
ruler of Zamunda, science of the Kunda, Leanie, the wish man is the bottle and the genie. Respect, king. Yeah, respect, king. Yes, salute, queen. Ha, salute, queen. Yeah, yeah, respect, king. Yes, respect, king. Ha, salute, queen. Yeah, salute, queen. Yo, general, told y'all, known to drop emerald, pure crystal green, get your vitamin, mineral, lyrical is pivotal in these times so critical, you let the horns blow, whip show, that's the minimal, y'all, walking the path of the emperor, Mike Jack spoke of the time, so you remember, huh, rep the ancient elders, give thanks and praises, music is forever, yo, it goes on for ages, respect, king, yo, respect, king, yo, salute, queen, big ups, salute, queen, big ups, respect, king, yes, respect, king, yes, salute, queen, big ups, salute, queen. Yo, check it out. I am king like Jalfi Jofa. Walk on only rose petals, plus I got a chauffeur. More influential and essential to this world than Oprah. With a warrior spirit, practice stillness, deep hop Chopra. We're doper than the mediocre, plastered on the poster, on the radio, over and over. I thought I told you, the real is coming back like it always was. Legacy moves is bigger than just building buzz. Respect, king. Yeah, respect, king. Yo, salute, queen. Yo, salute, queen. Yes, respect, king. Respect, king. Respect. Salute, queen. Salute, queen. Salute.
Yeah, respect, king. Respect, king. One more time. Respect, king. Peace to John Robinson. That was amazing. Amazing set, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Giving props, giving respect. Thank you. Salute. Once again, this is the very last Tuesday of October. This is the reason I had to go and get my hair did. Hopefully y'all like it. Let me know what you think I should be for Halloween with this hair. Thank you once again. I'm gonna say this a few more times. Of course, Elijah's Promise is who we doing this for. Is part of the Hub City Music Festival, and the Venmo and the website are scrolling below. So please check those out and give what you can. Give what you can and tell as many people as you can. All right, for real. Like, this is the time right now. Just go to Venmo right now. Give something to Elijah's Promise right now. It will help so much more than you even know. And yeah, now's the time to do it. Thank you so much. And without further ado, let's bring the man in himself. John Robinson, JR. Let's go. What up?
Yo, what's going on?
Peace, respect, king. What up? Yo, beautiful set, amazing set as usual. But that was really dope. Thank you for making the time for us to do this a few times already during the last
couple. Of course. Appreciate it. I feel, doing these virtual shows, it's not the real thing, but
yeah,
I feel like there's been a lot of pivoting, but it's still positive to connect in this way,
Absolutely.
So yeah, absolutely. I'm always honored to connect with community in this way, but even more so align with causes like this. Shout out to Elijah's Promise. Shout out to, of course, Hub City Music Festival, Arts New Brunswick, and yourself. So
well, thank you.
I'm always down to be connected to positive causes. Definitely.
Absolutely. I was on a show briefly with you this past Saturday.
Yes,
right? With John and Virtuous, right? And speaking of which, they're doing a special Halloween episode this
They
coming
are.
Saturday.
Yes, this coming Saturday.
I'll try to put that in the chat in a few minutes, if anything. But it just reminded me of what you said about the positive, the positivity and being down for a good cause and all that. But even musically and lyrically, something that I
Yes.
didn't fully. I mean, I kind of knew, but it was Saturday when I was like, oh yeah, was the fact that you don't curse, you don't use profanity in your rhymes, right?
Yeah, only on weekends,
Only on weekends. But in the recorded material,
No,
in the
that's a real thing. I
yeah,
don't
that was a
use
conscious decision.
profanity, and it's two-sided. The bigger side of it is I wanted Nana Robinson to listen to the music, and if
I love
there
that.
was curses in it, Nana ain't hearing that. But also,
Yes.
I was tired of doing radio edits. It's too much work. Radio, you got 12 versions of your songs. I'm like, nah, I
like
want to
that
do
because
one version. And then again, too, I feel like back then, one of my elders challenged me early in my writing
Okay.
and mentioned to me that if I had to use profanity or over amount of just like profane language, then I wasn't articulating myself on the level that I should grow to. So
Wow.
it was a challenge in a lot of ways too, to be able to still sound fresh, still sound authentic and organic, but
True.
not necessarily have to curse.
That's beautiful. Can I ask not who said that? You don't have to say exactly, but was that an artist or an MC or a musician elder, or was
No,
that
it was a family member. That was
family
Pop.
member?
That was Pops
Okay.
Robinson.
That was
Yeah,
Pop.
that was Pops.
Challenged you
Pops
on.
was like, "Yo, if you got to curse and do all this, then how
Yeah.
ill are you really?" Like
No,
basically.
I feel like I've gone through phases in my own art, in my own writing, where I just let them fly, let the words fly. But also,
Absolutely.
I let the words fly. I mean, letting curse words fly. I'm saying it also, but at the same time, I've been through times where I purposely, very much consciously, leave them out, and I feel like the older I get, I'm a little more closer to that. But for years now, I definitely feel like I thought of a couple of the things that you said, like you said, Nana listening. So I'm like, okay, my grandfather got to see me perform only a couple years ago for the first time, Like my family, that's my side of my family, that's musicians. So that was a beautiful, like an amazing.
Grandpa's probably like, Jay, I would have listened to the whole catalog, but you kept cursing, bro. I'm teasing.
Yeah, right. I mean, maybe. I mean, my grandpa probably more so would be like, my grandpa would be like, yeah, whatever. But
no doubt.
But I like that. I like the just the whole picture there, because it could be like, yo, I want Nana, I want grandma and grandpa to listen, and I want the babies to listen. I want the kids to listen.
And that's what it is. It wasn't just personal to me. It was that span of like, this is hip hop music. It's coming from, an organic place. It's representing the culture, but it also is music you could play around your family. You don't have to feel alarmed that I'm going to say something offensive or profane. You can just put the music on.
And I'm speaking too as somebody who my mom and dad are some of my biggest supporters ever for years, and it wasn't like, after 5 years they were like, okay, we were supportive, but now go get a real job, like they're still like I think Mama Nate is in the chat right now,
Beautiful.
So like they're definitely supportive. So it is something that's in my mind too. Like, yo, they're probably gonna listen to this music that I'm releasing. Like, I don't want to, say some craziness, but also at the same time, I like the another one of the points. That's all some true DIY artistry right there, because you said you didn't want to you were tired of making radio edits.
Yeah, man. And and what it wasn't even necessarily me making the radio edits. Think about it. This was back at a time where every piece of music we made, we had to pay for studio time. And this is before we were really recording ourselves.
It wasn't like, so it was
first of all,
it wasn't that label would. So first, it wasn't that a label would just take care of it. Oh, they take care of it. And it wasn't like you could just sit there on the digital computer and be like, I'm gonna make a radio edit, or in the next few hours. It's not. You were like, I gotta pay this engineer for the radio edit on top of what I'm paying them for time mixing and
So it's just time, and a lot of times the radio edit was an afterthought, until we started to. And what it was is, at the time, Science of Life, working in a group,
Mhm.
I decided that for me, but I didn't necessarily feel like I needed to censor the other members of my group. I felt like they should say and
True.
express how they felt,
True.
closely to. So that's why the radio edits were always necessary anyway. And that's what
True.
tired me of the radio edits. So by the time I started doing a lot more solo music, it was like, you know what? I'm done with that radio edit life. I'm good. The
I feel
original version is the clean version.
original version is the clean version. I like
Yeah.
it. I love it. With that being said, too, speaking of radio edits, I know this particular radio show that I'm thinking of probably didn't need radio edits, but
Oh
your
no, they
first
didn't.
release,
They
right?
didn't.
Yeah, that which what I'm talking about is WKCR,
Absolutely.
Bobito show, and your first release was with Bobito, correct?
Yeah. First two releases actually.
First two releases. So that's
First two Science of
albums and
Life
singles.
12-inch singles.
The first two Science of Life 12-inch singles, which was
Yeah.
Hours of Nine Ether,
And the second one was Metaphysics.
Metaphysics. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And both of those ended up on the full album too, right?
Both of those ended up, no, both of those
Oh.
ended up on a later release called Digging in the Archives.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the first album, and what label put that out?
So the first album was on Subverse Music, and that was spearheaded by Big Just of Company Flow.
Yo, Big Just,
Yeah.
shout out to Big Just, shout to Mr. Len, Jersey representative. Shout
Absolutely.
for
Shout
the
to
whole
LP,
funk
Co
people.
Flow. Yeah, man. No, it was an amazing. When I look back each time I have these conversations, I'm very grateful because we really had a lot of amazing people in our corner, and we had a lot of great mentors and people who guided us, and not to say they held our hand each way, but they gave us enough for us to take it and run with it and really get it, and I learned early that was what it was about. It's like be an apprentice, but don't just be standing around not learning anything. If you're in this as a creator, like make sure you're taking some of these gems and putting them in your book bag for later because you may need them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo. Say no more. No, I definitely feel you on that. I definitely feel you. Yeah, that's amazing. Honestly, I remember, not to get all too nostalgic and gassing you up. No, I'm just kidding. But you and I have known each other for a while now, for years.
Oh, we've known each. I thought about it earlier. We've known each other close to 20 years, like pushing up on 20. I met you probably in about 2003, 2004, Unstoppable Unity era.
Coming to New Brunswick, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to New Brunswick, which is interesting because I was going to ask you too. You've held many places as like a home base or where you've lived, New York and Jersey and Atlanta.
Yeah, man, it's awesome and horrible at the same time, bro. For real,
but
it's awesome and horrible. At the
awesome
same
and horrible. I feel you. I mean, I've
Yeah.
moved around a lot, but I'm very appreciative of the fact that Jersey, Central Jersey, New Brunswick area is one of those places because that's how we were able to build
Yeah.
everything like this. Same thing.
That was the launch pad. I can't mention Central Jersey, really New Brunswick, without mentioning and rest in power to my member of Science of Life, one of our third members, Inspector Willoughby, aka Rashawn Coleman, who was the Jersey resident that we met when my brother and I moved from New York to New Jersey and attended Piscataway High School.
He was in Jersey already. Oh, okay.
He was in Jersey. So we met actually in Piscataway at Piscataway High School.
There you go.
And it was then that we formed Science of Life there in Jersey. Seniors in high school coming out of school into the world. And it was it was a real change for me and my brother because we came from city life to the suburbs, but it was also very empowering. It gave us a lot of perspective. It was different, but it was great for our creative lives. It was great for our growth, and then, the school system, it was on another level compared to where we were. So
yes, I feel the same way. Where you come from? BX?
Yeah, the Bronx.
Yeah. So I bounced around, from Brooklyn, Trenton to the suburbs to the hood, all over Jersey and New York.
Yeah, man. So but it
But
was, it was a pivotal time for us, and it was a creative height for us. We were creating before there, but it was a creative height just because we had peace of mind and space. It was a different energy. It
being out
wasn't hustle and bustle, it was,
absolutely.
yeah,
And that peace to ID4 wins, peace to Invisible Hand.
definitely.
And I guess part of what I was saying was like it must have been, in retrospect, it wasn't that long before I met you in person. But at
No,
the
it
same
wasn't.
time, I remember like I was, I would go to the music stores and just look at whatever I saw and like, yo, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna listen to this. And we didn't have, a lot of these websites and stuff that we do now. So I remember seeing the album, seeing Science of Life, and
Hmm.
hearing you on Stretch and Bob, probably hearing you on Lyricist Lounge, Volume 1, and stuff like that, but right before we even met, which is crazy. And what I was gonna say now too is I know you've been making beats. I was talking to ID not what feels like not too long ago.
Yeah.
And did ID make all the beats on your first album?
No. The first album was a combination. I
Okay.
I made two.
Oh, okay.
Willoughby made one or two. ID made probably about five of them, and then
Gotcha.
Kane USA.
Okay.
Kane made the beats that sound more, together and pro at the time were definitely Kane, because for ID, myself, and Willoughby, that was us learning how to record ourselves, how to produce music.
That's pretty much
And
this
yeah,
time. But I feel like a lot of people don't know or didn't know, even me included, that you were making beats since back then. I feel
oh
like throughout
yeah,
the years, it became a thing of like, oh yeah, ID rhymes and makes beats. JR or Little Sire, John Robinson, he rhymes, like he's an MC, and they hear you on other people's production,
hmm,
might not have been aware that you make beats, and it's until a few years ago when you really kind of, in my opinion or in my eyes, from what I've seen, that kind of was put into the forefront a little bit more with
yeah.
projects and certain things that you've been working on.
And Pushing Buttons Collective. That's what really
Yep.
made me bring it public. And that, speaking of like living in different places, a lot of that spirit and culture came from living in LA. Spending a lot of time there in LA and really seeing the LA beat scene at its first resurgence and just grow right before my eyes. And then I moved back east, and then
Yeah.
it really exploded to a whole nother level. But moving here, although it was evident here and
Yeah.
it was happening, I'm like, yo, man, it could be happening way more. And not to say Pushing Buttons Collective, we just like made it happen. Shout out to Beat House, shout out to
Yes.
Stolen Drums and the cats down in
Out.
ATL. And so there were a lot of cats making it happen. And I felt like it allowed for the East Coast, the Northeast, to really get more connected to beat culture in this
True.
way of hearing beats, hearing producers.
And I love it. I
know?
love that there was multiple sources of that.
Yeah,
It was multiple parties, multiple events.
totally. And for me, beats have always been more behind the scenes therapeutic. When I'm not writing and creating in that way, I'm
Yeah.
making beats, but it wasn't necessarily to show people.
Yeah,
It was
even
for
if it's
me,
for for you.
But
Yeah.
it came to a point where I got so inspired by my LA homies mainly. I
Yeah.
said, you know what? I am going to get on the beats. And I remember, rest in peace to Ross G. That's one of my
Yes.
good friends from LA, and we would joke around a lot. And one day visiting, I said, yo, Ross G, man, what's the next level of John Robinson in music right now? Like, what you see? He's like, yo, man, I see you on that beat machine, SP404, rhyming to your beats and sharing that with the world. And I was like, wow, So I did one part. I got on the machine and learned it, but I still haven't produced a record for myself. But I saw a comment actually to answer the question. Anytime you see me on that machine, I only play my beats. So
Yeah.
if I'm playing, I ain't gonna play. But yeah, most of the time that I'm performing songs from the catalog, I'm working with, other producers. And
Yeah.
a big part of why I haven't produced an album for myself is the simple answer is I know so many amazing producers and
True.
I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Speaking of that, we got you mentioned K Double. I think there was producers and beats that I recognized from that
Oh
set,
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
some that I didn't. I believe PVD was in the beginning, and the last song was PVD too, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, the last song was PVD too. I got to ask you about somebody that a lot of people watching might even know about, and that's MF Doom. You worked
Yes.
with MF Doom before,
Definitely.
and you know I feel like y'all go back a while. How was that working with Doom, or is there anything that you could say to the people that like kind of know about Doom? I feel like as this mysterious figure, but that's pretty popular into popular culture from Adult Swim to this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of seeped into popular culture in a way that I
Absolutely.
don't know if he saw coming, or I don't know if a lot of us saw coming. But just from a personal experience, even like what's your thoughts on that? Just working with
Yeah.
him.
I mean, working with Doom for me was a full circle movement. I was in high school listening to Doom as KMD.
Mm, yeah.
Hearing him on Gas Face with Third Base, hearing him on Mr. Hood, his debut album, but more so seeing the videos and the visuals and the aesthetic and the spirituality and the culture. So that resonated with us. And then to get to meet him and really understand, like the genius behind the scenes, like all the meth, uh, meth,
Yeah,
I
the
can't even
mythology.
talk right there. All the mythology
Yeah.
or methodology. That's the word.
Methodology. I'm
Methodology.
the wrong words.
Yeah.
I'm like mythology. Just go with it. Just go with it.
Yeah. That's all that rapping, La, la, la. Yeah. But all the methodology that
Yeah.
comes with the layers of what he brings to the table is pretty amazing. And I think what people don't always know about him is for real, there's a method to the madness. He doesn't do things that aren't thought out, and even if they come off wrong and people don't agree with them, he thought about it and chose to move in that way. And I think that's the dynamic part of Doom. But even the writing, just the technique that goes into it, it's not this simple thing. Like Doom's constantly studying words and how words come together, and
Oh,
just
that part,
interesting,
I
the
mean,
most
as a
interesting
listener
words. Like,
and
yeah,
I can see that
that's
because
what he's listening for, the most interesting words. He could read a book and it's just an interesting word. I'm gonna put that on the side and figure out what other interesting, funny thing in pop culture rhymes with this word and a phrase, and piece it together and communicate brilliantly in this relevant way. And I feel like he's such a veteran wordsmith that, yeah, he just gets better and better with time. So, salute to Doom. I've learned a lot from him. And I think we've been able to definitely teach each other some things too, because just, in the lab, we spent a lot of time connecting and building, and we really got to connect Science of Life and Doom while living in Atlanta, because when we
yeah,
moved there, he was there living already. So we
gotcha.
really got to spend a lot of time, collaborate, build, break bread, and
Wow.
connect.
Dope. Beautiful. All right. So changing gears a little bit. I don't know if you noticed my luxurious new hairdo, but
Yeah, man. I was trying to figure out what the costume was.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
I'm
trick is
like,
so thank you for having a full straight face conversation with me while I'm wearing this thing, first
no
of all.
doubt.
But
I
you
mean,
know,
to be honest, I got used to it, bro.
you're a professional. It's more of a professional.
It almost could be real. Like it almost could be
I
real.
believe when you met me, I might have had a full head of hair.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, this isn't
Like, oh,
fine.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, you might have. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So, but Halloween coming up this weekend.
Yes.
My man Derek Braxton was on the earlier show today, and he asked a question, which I feel like I'm gonna ask you the same question right now instead of the usual favorite binge question that I've been asking people. It is growing up, whether it's right now or at least or growing up, like what is your favorite candy? If you were going trick or treating, you have a full bag of candy. What would you want the most candy to be in that bag?
You know what? The easy answer is like Reese's or something like that. But the most interesting answer is I was the kid who loved black licorice and black jelly beans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so
that was my thing. Like,
that's
yeah,
actually ill because you could have other people be like, here, take mine. Also.
exactly. And that's what was great. They're like, ew. I'm like, yo, give me all the licorice. This was awesome. And it was a thing where, yeah, most of the time I was in this position where people hated it. So they would pat, and I loved it.
And you
And I
actually
think
legitimately love that black licorice.
I think it had something to do with my great grandmother's candy dish or something, because it's something with this emotional, like every time I eat black licorice, I think of her and her house, so, but I love it. And, even tea, licorice and tea and all, people are like, oh, it's disgusting. I'm like, I love the taste.
I like licorice and tea. I like tea and licorice and all that.
Yeah. But the candy too.
I wasn't feeling it. I like the candy now.
Yeah, that's my most interesting love for candy is licorice. Yeah.
Most interesting love. Yeah. See, we got the most interesting words, the most interesting candy.
Salah said, how did I know he was gonna say nasty black licorice?
How you know that? How you know that, Sailor Genesis? Come on. Shout out to the whole Montreal fam, Sailor and Blessed and everybody. So all right, JR, before we get out of here, thank you once again. Is there anything, any announcements, anything coming up, any releases? I know you just released a whole project with Tiffany Page. Like, anything you want to tell the people about?
Yo, that's what I would say. I would say, push play on the music. If you're tuned in right now and you're just hearing of me, you've never heard my music before or anything I'm connected to, check me out on the website, johnrobinsonmusic.com. And the latest album is with singer, longtime collaborator, songwriter Tiffany Page. It's called That Music. It's streaming everywhere, and it's some soulful vibes for the whole family. So y'all should push play on that. And the other thing I would say is, support the movement. Support Elijah's Promise. They're out there on the ground doing the work. It's easy these days. Digital payment, Venmo, boom, send
right
it.
There, scrolling.
It's right there.
Now.
It's right there. So yeah.
Do that. Yeah, thank you, brother. And everybody watching, John Robinson Music is the handle at Instagram. That's below us right now too.
Yes.
So you follow, stay tuned. Thank you for helping me close out this month of October. Thank you for helping us close out these.
And I also gotta I gotta say shout out to Manny Faces. I see you, my brother.
And
I also must say, if you're in education, I have some great work out there with hip-hop based education. There's a book in the world. It's called Youth Culture Power that I co-wrote with Dr. Jason Rawls. So check it out. We live, we're here, we're representing hip-hop culture, and we're enterprising.
But I'm glad you mentioned that too, because before we leave, that's something that I was thinking about before too, that I didn't even know if we had time to talk about, but your work in education and hip-hop education and beat education, like was that something that's been that you've been doing for a while? Was that something that was just recent or what?
Yeah, well, that's something actually, it's been nearly a decade now. I want to say in 2012 I got my first gig, and it really started out, long story short, teaching young people how to do production, recording, etc., writing. But then it tapped into me using hip-hop aesthetic, culture, music, and lens to teach to academics. So things like ELA, English classes, or world history or US history. And, helping students in New York City public schools pass the Regents exam. And it got really dynamic, all the way to Code Society, the latest venture with colleagues. We use hip hop, youth culture, video, etc., to teach young people computational thinking skills and computer science concepts and tech. So, that's something that's near and dear to me.
I don't know if you've been on the Manny Faces podcast, Hip Hop Can Save America, but
coming hopefully soon. Yes.
Out to Manny and the Hip Hop Can Save America podcast, because what you're talking about right now is 100%. He knows it already because he's saying in the chat that your work in education is amazing. But so shout out to Manny Faces for that. Also shout to Derek Braxton, who I know in the New Brunswick area has also been doing that, to a degree, has also been teaching how to use beat machines, teaching people how to record, and
amazing.
so many different levels and layers to this that we could go on forever and ever. So
yeah, man. And shout out to you, brother. You know, you've been holding it down, spreading love consistently, you know, forever now. And, you know, just continue to move in your grace and purpose. So salute to you too.
thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
trying. We out here. I'm super thankful for just the example that you've given me, the example that a lot of people have given me. And I'm thankful for these moments and these opportunities like this to be on here with you, to be on here with the people in the chat right now for
No
many
doubt.
months. It's definitely not over.
Shout out to that pumpkin. I got one too. It's too far. Yeah, shout out to that pumpkin. It's tis the season, you know. My wife's an October baby. I
Oh,
got used to pumpkins.
there you go. October.
Yeah,
Very on. Shout out to Innocence Project. As always, I've shouted out many times throughout the last few months. And shameless plug, my band called Fuse. That's what you see in the background. And we just had our 10-year anniversary of the lineup this past weekend.
Yeah.
There's so many things, and like I said, this is not over. This is not over by any means. So stay tuned. Keep in contact. John Robinson Music, Silent Night is Busy, DRKBXT, and of course, Hub City Music Festival on Instagram. Also, Arts New Brunswick on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see a video, I believe, right as we close out, before we close out, about a really cool thing happening right in Piscataway. Speaking of Piscataway, this weekend, I would say tomorrow through this weekend. So there's a lot of cool things happening, a lot of really dope things happening. So stay tuned, y'all. JR, thank you, bro. Appreciate you so much.
Peace, bro.
And everybody watching, thank you so much. Thank you to JR once again, for real. John Robinson, legendary JR, Lil Science of Life crew. Yeah, this is weird seeing myself with this hair. But stay tuned, like I said. And before we go, right now, if you haven't yet, give to Elijah's Promise right now. Is the perfect time right now. The very perfect time is right now. Give to Elijah's Promise and tell people to do the same. The Venmo is there. The website is there. Thank you. Appreciate you, everybody, for watching and for tuning in. Seriously. And yeah, just stay tuned. And come check us in Piscataway. Next few days, you're gonna see the video right now. Give to Elijah's Promise, Hub City Music Festival. Big shout out to Tracy, Sarah, Derek Braxton. Shout out to every single business, every single person from Elijah's Promise, every single visual artist, every single DJ, every single producer, and every single singer-songwriter, every single MC, every single performer that's been involved and been a part of these shows since April. It's amazing. Really, really making the most out of this year, out of 2020. Also, go vote or send in your vote or deliver your vote. We got like 1 week left. All right. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, y'all. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Peace, love. See you soon.
I'm at East Jersey, Old Town Village, where we've just received the report that a space alien craft has crashed. I'm getting reports that they have come in peace. They have brought a donation for our food drive. Here's the ambassador to the county now. Deputy Director Arnwood is accepting the donation to the county's food bank.